Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. And on today's adventure, we'll be exploring the 5 different missions in San Antonio, Texas. Now, let's get started. Now, looking at the southeast side, closer to the 410 on the map, we'll encounter our first mission, the San Francisco de los Espada mission, also known as Mission Espada for short. This mission was originally located in East Texas in 1690. It was also known as San Francisco de los Trejas. It wasn't until 1731 when it was relocated here and then renamed San Francisco de los Espada. This is also the nation's oldest mission and it's still being used today as a church now. And near the mission or church, there's also the Mission Trails hike and bike trail, which is a very unique name. And these trails actually connect to the other missions that are northbound. But going up this trail and heading northbound, you'll see this cool sight. Now this weird gazebo looking thing is actually a massive work of art. It's 40 feet tall and 80 feet wide. It's called the Tree of Life, or the Árbol de Vida. Yes, I know, it was hard for me to say. I'm Mexican too, by the way. And this tree is actually made up of over 750 sculptures, made up by over 700 individuals, which absolutely amazed me. And I also solved a personal mystery of mine, because I'll see these little shells everywhere. This is actually from a ghost Bulimilius snail. And this one I just so happened to see on the trail. Looking at the map, you'll see that the next mission, Mission San Juan, is not that far away. It's only 1.4 miles away. You could go there walking. And on the way there, you'll see this beautiful bridge. But then eventually you'll come across a T. Heading northbound, you'll go to your right. Southbound, to your left. And you have to cross this weird castle-looking bridge. After crossing the bridge, I was fortunate enough to see this 8-spotted forester on the way of the trail. It was a real cool sight to see. I was surprised I even caught it. After taking some pictures and videos, I eventually headed my way back on the trail. After going a short walk on the trail, I eventually made it to the mission of San Jose. Mission San Juan was one of the 3 churches that was moved from East Texas to San Antonio in 1731. And funny enough, it was first moved to Nacogdoches County until it was removed back to the San Antonio Riverwalk because it wasn't thriving. And that large church you see right there in the front was actually an unfinished church. It was supposed to be a larger church, but it was never finished. So you can still see the ruins standing to this day. And directly across from the ruins are also these ones. You can also enter them as well too. I think there were some kind of old living spaces, but I couldn't help but mention, but looking at the ruins at some different angles, it kind of reminded me of a level from my favorite childhood video game, Paper Mario 64. Another cool little detail all the missions had is a 1x1 brass replica of all the buildings of the mission. But going out the same way we entered from, I found that there was actually a small little trail that the mission had to offer. I decided to go across it, and it was a beautiful little trail to pass by through. It's not a long trail either. You could probably finish this in less than 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how slow you hike. But it's very beautiful too. You see lots of native flowers, lots of native wildlife, as well as benches too to relax and enjoy the ambience of the beautiful nature sounds. Now looking at the map, you'll see the next mission, which is Mission San Jose, is more towards the center. It's about an hour walk or 2.7 miles away. On the way there from San Juan to San Jose, you'll encounter this site, and this is actually the Espada Aqueduct, I believe. And this site will definitely surprise you of how deep it is, and it'll make you wonder how high you are off the ground, or how deep did they have to dig to get to this height. Nevertheless, it's quite a breathtaking sight, and it's beautiful. Once you arrive to the Mission San Jose, it's very obvious that this is probably the second most popular mission in all of San Antonio. When doing the research for San Jose, I came to an interesting realization, in fact, that Spanish missions were not churches, but whole communities, with a church at its core. The mission was first established in 1720, and it sustained over 300 inhabitants. And over time, this became the largest Texas mission, and it was also known as the Queen of the Missions. The mission's inhabitants worked and lived there and completed the complex in 1782. Although the mission stopped operating in 1824, it baptized over 2,000 indigenous people. And to this day, the mission is still an active church, and it also holds Sunday Mass. The mission has been so well preserved thanks to the National Park Service that it shows visitors how this mission looked like over 250 years ago. And in 1941, Mission San Jose was declared a state historical site as well as a national historical site. But aside from the cool fun facts, you can still go around and explore and just see the beautiful architecture and areas of this beautiful mission. It's also pretty cool too because some locations are actually open to the public, so you can actually go inside and see little props or actual real relics of the past. But I was pretty blown away by the architecture too. Like I mentioned before, it's really unique and nice. But I decided to actually check out the inside as well since it was open. And going inside, it's just like any other Catholic church. It's really beautiful, really quiet, but it was a really nice sight to see. But the outside, however, was the most beautifulest part. Just the architecture and as well as the green, beautiful grass. And that's it for San Jose that I'll be sharing with you guys. I recommend to check it out for yourselves. It's a really beautiful mission and sight to see. And now we'll be heading to our fourth mission. Mission San Concepcion. Well, Concepcion. Looking at the map, it's still northbound by 2.6 miles and about an hour walk away. Upon arriving though, you'll see the mission itself right there in front of the lawn. It's the biggest thing out there. Mission Concepcion was first established in 1731 in San Antonio, and it is one of the best preserved Spanish colony structures in the US. It's also taken the trophy of being the oldest unrestored stone church in America. On April 15th, 1970, it was declared a National Historical Landmark and is now a part of the San Antonio Mission's National Historical Park. Going inside the church, it really does look untouched, and it still is beautiful the way it's been preserved. I tried to go inside the main hall, but however, as we'll see, it was currently being in use, so I decided not to be rude and interrupt, so I sought myself out. Mission Concepcion may be small, but it brings so much impact with rich history and as well as the same untouched, raw construction from its past to its present. It's a very beautiful sight to see, and I got this cool awesome photo with its brass structure. And now this brings us to our last mission. Drum roll please. The Alamo. Long before it was a fortress, the Alamo was a religious outpost of the Spanish Empire named Mission San Antonio de Valero. And if the name sounds familiar, yes, it's the same name that the gas station took its name from. The Alamo is very rich in history from its mission days as well as to its war days. I will only share a few fun facts for now, because eventually I'll make a whole video based on the Alamo in the future. The Alamo is regarded as being an untrammeled symbol of freedom. It is also referred to as the candle of Texas liberty. Along with the Alamo, you'll hear a big name of a historical figure named General Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna will also be thrown around. He plays a very important role in recapturing the town on March 6, 1836. After the 13-day siege, the Mexican army suffered an estimate of 600 casualties, and it is said all the 189 people that were on the official list of Texas defenders were killed. But historians continue to debate the number of defenders inside the Alamo at the time. And this brings us to the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you got any questions, please leave a comment. And to please, guys, like, subscribe. It really helps me out. Thank you so much, guys. Take care. Be safe out there and have a great day.